Hello. Y'all missed a dance with my chair. It was great. It was wrapped around, and then I put it on my bed. The blanket, nice. That is, not the chair. And because of that, I couldn't, swivel it towards me to sit down, because it would just kind of slowly turn back. I almost hurt myself severely getting into this chair.
I hurt myself today just to see if I still felt. Yo, I'm gonna turn on face rig.
Is that a real
song? Is that
song?
okay? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, but was that a real song?
Yeah, it's Johnny Cash.
Who?
Johnny Cash.
I'm just kidding. I know that is.
Well, I don't know. You're like that Freddie Mercury guy. He did that one song.
Look, okay, everyone knows that one song.
I can't deal with you sometimes. It's really tough to deal with you sometimes. Okay, well, we're in the lobby for Galactic Process. This will be the winner's match finals. So the loser of this series still has a game to fall back on, fighting against you, Thermal. But even though everybody just said we're ready, the admin still needs to ask if we're ready. I love it. I love it. Double checking, Zombie. Don't even be pretentious about this, okay?
I was laughing at myself and I'm thinking to type ready. Also, I accidentally changed the mic volume. So let me know if it's good or not. Might be. And we're good. Was it at 40 or 50%? Well, we'll find out.
Alright, alright, alright.
Uh-huh. Alrighty then. Okay. New best of 3. This is the winners match. And in the bottom left as the Blue Terran, he is MajOr.
And what's the full name of the tournament?
WCS Copa Intercontinental European Server Qualifiers.
Nope. It's WCS Mexico.
Nuh-uh. Aw. Nuh-uh.
Okay, I don't know.
That's what I read in the bracket.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and his opponent in the top right side is going to be the German prodigy himself, the Red Protoss, ShoWTimE.
Check, check, check. Okay, maybe I was at 50%. A boost. That's a boost.
A boost is a boost is a boost
Boost.
is a boost.
Boost. Check.
That
That's
girl's
close.
got a real nice boost.
That looks pretty close. Maybe I'm actually super loud now, though. Anyway, you guys will tell me if I'm super loud or not. Okay, TvP. We just saw TVZ where Thermal looked great. He will be facing the loser of this match. He actually got sent down to the losers brackets by MajOr. See, now that looks like too much. I'm gonna go,
Well, MajOr's very interesting right now because a lot of Terran players are struggling with this matchup. But I actually just quickly went to check his match history against Protoss on Aligulac, and I mean, beating Jogo, beating Strange. I mean, he's not doing too bad versus Protoss right now.
All right. Well, ShoWTimE is a pretty strong Protoss, and we'll see what he has to say. Galactic Process being the first map. These are done by vetoes, so the entire map best of 3 is set up already.
Oh, in fact, actually, going back even further, MajOr, actually, at least in a tournament setting on Aligulac, hasn't lost to a Protoss in a very long time.
Interesting. I guess he's just really good at the matchup.
It's like a best of 1 and go for StarCraft like forever ago.
Interesting. Well, chat has been completely useless in letting me know which was better, 40 or 50%. So you guys suck, and you're gonna deal with whatever it is. Okay?
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. They're too busy arguing over what cover of that song you're singing was best.
Oh, yeah, it was like 9 Inch Nails. I think it was the original one or something like that. might be what they're talking about. I don't know.
9 Inch Nails is the original one.
Yeah, Johnny Cash like stole the song. Or not stole it. Famous for whatever. Anyways, irrelevant. The engineering bay kind of annoying. It's something we've seen and talked about quite a bit. It's having no real effect on this game though, so kind of what ifs.
Yeah, what ifs. It's kind of like bringing it back, I guess. This was like a flavor of a week thing. ShoWTimE does have a proxy pylon. Now, he doesn't have a lot of gateways. In fact, only one gateway. Wait a second. Is he going to throw out... Yeah, I was going to ask like 1 here and then 2 back at home? 2 here and 2 back at home? I mean, this would be a very oddly spread out what is usually 3 gateways anyway. Like, you know, 3 gateways and the Reaper scouts it is not... It, you know, it's normal, right? Like, what... Because if this is scouted, this is like all his production, unless he adds on like a ton more gateways here. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for that. So it is going to be an Adept all-in. At least 5 gateways. The volume was good. Well, I assume you meant right at this level, so great. No, that is more gateways. That is definitely an all-in. That is one big all-in. Yep. And the Reaper dies before being able to scout it. This Widowmine drop might be able to scout it, however. It's gonna go to the natural and then maybe right up to the main base. Jesus. So, maybe denying the natural is okay, but maybe dying to an attack is not okay? So for only 5 adepts come in here, but no bunker, just nothing at home really for MajOr. He does get into that main base mineral line. There's no pylon. Bit of an oversight from ShoWTimE here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Militia does not go down. Nine probes total. Oh, and the Militia Corps does go down.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, while this goes on, I mean, the attack set up in the south, couple warp ins, Adept's going to try and trade out some of that damage he just took. Freshly dropped mules are certainly a high priority target. But the medevac that had anything defending at home just picked up to leave out on the map, and I don't know that he saw ShoWTimE's Adept, so there's just that bunker. Oh, he gets the depot up, though. Keeps the Adepts out of the base.
Yeah, it is a lot of Adepts, though. And while he lost 9 probes, was it 10 total? Actually, that's pretty significant. Like, you do want a pretty closely saturated mineral line on both bases, and now it's not. Oh, this could still go in favor of MajOr here. He has a little bit supply blocks, got a Liberator on the way that's going to provide a lot of free damage, basically. There's nothing for ShoWTimE to take care of that whenever it does pop out, but MajOr's now losing his own SCVs, finally.
That being said, though, looks like he's got a better handle on the defense than ShoWTimE has, really.
Yeah, the medevacs are coming back now.
Yeah, empty, but on the way home. That Widowmine never got cleaned up, by the way, inside the natural base. So as that comes up, cooldown, ShoWTimE has transferred all of his probes down here to get away from the 2 in the main. GG gets called, and MajOr is going to take game number 1.
Interesting stuff there. If he had a pylon, I feel, on his main base of that very first Widowmine drop, he gets the medevac kind of low. Or they 6 the Marines faster or something like that. That could have been a very big difference, but the Widowmine still would not have been cleaned up. And it's almost, I mean, the same thing would happen back when Blink Stalker all-ins were a thing against Terran, if you got a Widowmine drop and they didn't have an observer. They'd try their best to end the game with the units they had, but even worse when it's only Adepts and Liberator pops out.
By the way, are you using my camera now that I have it available?
No, because you didn't have it available before we got in the game.
Yeah, I know. I just got. I just put.
There you go.
Hi guys. I love that it follows you when you make that sound.
That is pretty. That's the best part about it for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try not to get too carried away with this because yesterday was perhaps a little too silly, I will admit.
Never admit your faults. You're a perfect human being. You're a perfect dog in a cup.
I am a perfect little puppy in a little cute bowl.
Yeah, you are.
I have to actually like really exaggerate my mouth movements when I'm talking, but the
Blah,
camera
blah,
will pick it
blah,
up.
blah, 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 blah.
So if I start saying words really retarded, guys, that's why. But just waiting for the invite to game number 2. See if maybe, just maybe, ShoWTimE can bring it back. But this is kind of, if ShoWTimE loses to MajOr yesterday, and he loses to MajOr here today, maybe he beats ShoWThermal, but then still has to maybe fight MajOr again.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough stuff. But ShoWTimE has another chance in the passport qualifiers, a better chance, actually. Because that's top 2.
Right, I keep forgetting he's part of that.
I'm gonna quickly double check, too. In case I forgot somehow.
No, I believe you're correct. I think it's ShoWTimE Snoot in the finals, if I remember correctly. Which I
I'm
might
gonna
not.
make sure. European passport qualifiers bracket because it's stupid battlefield. Nerchio Snoot in finals. A laser ShoWTimE in losers.
I was close to right. I'll take it. I'm a smart puppy.
Yes, you are. Who's a smart puppy?
Me.
Oh, it means you're trouble. Oof. What if you want a puppy? What if you're actually like how Hello Kitty is in a cat?
No, what if it's like that stupid banana thing? Banania? Where it's like the cat that's a banana?
Oh my god,
I'm like
I
a
saw
dog
that.
It's like a rice pudding.
Jenna tweeted about
I
watched like
watched.
5 minutes of it.
Well, okay, that's a whole episode.
Yeah, right? It was a
I
whole episode.
watched 4 episodes and decided I wanted to kill myself.
Wow. That's quite the reaction.
It's perhaps harsh, but true. I want to make like a giant yawn.
I know they probably have to ask if we're ready. Or maybe the other streams really appreciate it.
Huh?
But, you know, if we're in the lobby, you can just go.
Yeah.
We know how to do ads correctly.
I want to like sing like a really dark song or something. Like get some like heavy metal going and have this puppy up like.
If you can think of one, go for it. But maybe back when we're out of the game screen.
Yeah, Frozen Temple.
What else do you expect me to do? Why so judgy about the eating thing? Calm down there.
What's going on with you?
I was eating yogurt while watching you be a dog.
Watch you be an adorable little puppy.
Yeah, exactly. And Frozen Temple in the bottom right as the blue Protoss. He is ShoWTimE.
Oh my! Look at this one.
Oh.
Whoa! Look at the jiggle on those ladies.
Why are they so oval?
Why do they move like it's a glass of water? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game number 2. Spawning the upper left side. He's up 1 game. Right now, it is going to be, of course, the Red Terran MajOr.
How do I get it?
It's really weird that, like, as the Mexican, he has to play in the European qualifiers.
I don't think he has to. I don't know why he chose to.
Oh yeah, has to is the wrong way of saying you're right, but still, the fact that he's here, and I had assumed MajOr would have been like given an automatic invite or something.
Right. Well, yeah, there's that. Well, because it's such a small bracket, I guess there's no invites. There couldn't be. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for the easier one. Maybe he didn't want to play in the live finals, because what they're doing for the Latin America qualifier part is like the top 8 are going to actually play it live, and then the top 1 from that is the one that's actually seeded into the final bracket. So maybe he didn't want to like go there earlier or something. I don't know. We just don't know. Someone asked, how did I get that cool kitten lady t-shirt? It's actually a person. She's like her own foundation type thing called Kitten Lady, and she sells them on her website. She saves kittens, if that wasn't clear. Not that she owns a lot of kittens. She's really cool though. You should check her out. Anywho. Ooh. Thermal is the only player that can make it to BlizzCon with points from this tournament. Can anyone confirm? I do
No,
believe...
because Elazer's in the same category.
Okay, so yeah.
He's technically tied for top 8 or whatever. Then...
Laser is not... He could really confirm his spot, and he's in the Passport qualifiers still.
Yeah, and then there's Drogo, who might be able to play in North America, but we don't know the rules and if they can or can't try and qualify through there.
Right, that's true. Of the other people qualified already, I suppose, like Scarlet and Neeb, and then there's like the Chinese players. Scarlet can't. Neeb is already in. Doesn't matter to him. And the Chinese players I don't think are anywhere close. Womp womp. So what do we got going on here? I mean, you know, MajOr did a nice defense, but I think a much nicer Widowmine drop. It kind of crossed paths with ShoWTimE's build. ShoWTimE, you know, going for, he's ever gonna deal with this? Going for an all-in to start things off. It's risky, and sometimes it backfires. Sometimes it's immediately scouted, which was not its problem. Sometimes it just has, you know, tough luck against the Widowmine drop, and that's what happened for sure. But he has a macro game in him, like a real good one too, so I think that's what he's gonna be showcasing here. The single Hellion, though. The single Hellion. You better not get a probe. Oh, you got 2 probes, didn't you? Oh no.
And the engineering bay actually hasn't been dealt with yet, so we are actually seeing for the first time in like a long time the actual effects of it hurting the economy. Not by much, but it is ever so slightly.
Yeah. Sometimes they kill it so quickly that it denies like what 1 or 2 probes mining, but as it gets almost fully saturated, it is denying almost 4 mineral patches or making it very awkward. It's also, I mean, I think the ideal scenario is that it distracts, and it kind of did. The Hellion got in, of course. Not going to help distract for this Widowmine drop. Observer's going to go across the map, but that's about it. ShoWTimE's going to get a really quick third, because he can definitely afford it. If he figures MajOr do the same build, and a lot of Terrans are just using Widowmine drops as their, you know, default opener, yeah, for sure go for the 3rd base. Just make sure to have your units in the mineral lines to not take much damage from those, that Widowmine, that is. Just 1.
Yeah. Well, the Nexus is under a little bit of fire. I like that Widowmine position to try and zone this out.
Yeah.
It's really tough to defend.
A Widowmine drop should never cancel a 3rd base, especially one as such as a, you know, as healthy as this, but that made it a little scary. What is this, a Liberator? No, it's a 2nd Widowmine drop. He did do this last game. Oh, Stalker's in position. If he boosts and drops, he could still get him down. Oh, so close. Oh, loses the medevac, but gets the Widowmines. Of course, only 2 probes. This one was denied, but saved. Oh, hello, War Prism. I thought you were a probe or something. There's the Liberator. I was expecting that follow-up. These are now Blink Stalkers, and ShoWTimE saw this. Oh, there it goes. It's dead. Nicely done by ShoWTimE to take care of both medevacs. That's exactly what MajOr didn't want to lose. He's not going for a 3rd CC, and ShoWTimE has vision on this. That's pretty important to know just how much of an attack you're going to have to deal with. If it's a 3rd CC, you got time to saturate this base. You probably got time to get, like, basically a huge army. Well, they're going to go up to Liberators and whatnot. While MajOr will still probably get a 3rd CC eventually, it's going to be a lot more about the bio on the ground first, which if ShoWTimE just stuck on Blink Stalkers, he could have been in trouble. But he's attacking before the army count's too big and before Stim and Combat Shields are done, so MajOr takes this very seriously. It's the cancel on the bunker. As long as the Warp is still alive, I think actually ShoWTimE takes this game. He does. Without that bunker and without more production, as it's only just finished, ShoWTimE's Blink is too good.
Yeah. I really, it's always weird watching Stalkers, right? Because they're either going to do really, really well or like really, really badly. And MajOr kind of like almost middle of the roads it, but, ShoWTimE almost middle of the roads it, but MajOr's still down so many workers really makes this just so nice. I mean, you got to consider ShoWTimE's on the 3rd base. MajOr doesn't really have one even down to transfer over. He just took such a big worker hit. I don't know if he can actually sustain this production he has, but it would have been nice if he could have.
Probably, but it's also he took a bit of an army hit there. It really does suck that, you know, if a third CC is done, you're pumping out triple SCVs. With the extra barracks, he really got no use from them. And will have trouble getting used to him. Like I said, the production might not quite match his leftover economy. But he's gonna get back, and as long as I think he's at 40 plus with mules, of course, so don't scan too much, that's enough production for 5 barracks. But I think you really would have wanted, instead of replacing SCVs, you wanted this excess of 400 minerals to slap down a third eventually. This was not intended to be like a 2-base all-in. It's not like tanks and SCVs being pulled, but it is now going to be a lot more dedicated on those 2 bases. ShoWTimE still has to be careful. As I said, just playing Stalkers aren't going to do so well against Mass Bio when they have all their upgrades, and now they have all their upgrades. So ShoWTimE needs Adepts. He needs to buy like 30 more seconds to have his own upgrades here, and then he should be good. And Immortal is also going to help. Force fields can come down, pretty good ones. Hot pickup. Warp Prism has done basically nothing this game. Well, no, it reinforced the Blink Stalkers. So no harassment this game, at least. And ShoWTimE not only pushes MajOr back, but also feels confident enough to take a 4th base. Well, all his upgrades are finishing up, and MajOr, if he can't do anything with his push, I don't know how he wins this game.
I mean, it is getting to that point where it's getting a bit worrisome. The Adept's going to transfer on top of this, picking up his best bet. I love that he moves away with this, but unfortunately going to cost him a medevac. Luckily, nothing inside of it, though, so... Oh, man, all kinds of just close calls for MajOr so far.
Yeah. Really good production. ShoWTimE also starting his 2-2. He's feeling pretty confident, and that's, like, one thing that might backfire. He gets a 4th base, he gets 2-2, maybe he reaches for, like, a Robotics Bay or a Templar Archives, and MajOr's combined forces end up being just enough. I could see that situation, but MajOr's not combining his forces. He's got 2 drops in the main base that are going to be able to maybe snipe a Forge. That would be pretty good, but this force in the front is not going to do anything.
Ah, gets the Immortal. That makes it considerably easier to miss the attack. Medevac, unfortunately, he's soaking a lot of the hits on the overcharge for MajOr.
Oh no, Stalkers. They're going to try and get that... Oh, well, wrong Medevac targeted first. Oh well. Front's trying to be broken, but there's still Adept, Sentries, and Immortals, even though Blink Stalkers aren't here. Force will do come down. No Guardian Shield, however.
It's hard to watch these fights, though. MajOr doesn't have a 3rd base or the economy to fall back on, so as he loses each of these units, he can't necessarily replace them. GG.
Man, that Blink Stalker attack was just, like...
Brutal?
The correct slice. You know? Yeah, it was brutal. Hello, Senpai.
Hey.
We're going to go into the ace match now, and we are going to take a break. See you guys in 2 minutes. Welcome back. We are in the lobby. And it's going to be on Frost for the last map. And this is the winner's bracket, so... Neither of these guys have actually qualified if they win. There's somebody that clears. So not only does one of these guys have the lower bracket to go to, the winner still has to wait for the winner of the next loser's bracket match. Yes. So I think what happens is that, say that ShoWTimE loses, if he then wins against ShoThermal and comes back against MajOr, that's going to be a double series? Like, I'm actually not sure how they're going to do that for the double elimination bracket. Usually there's some type of handicap given to the losers match. Either like they're already down 1 game, or they have to win 2 series instead of 1. In this situation, you know, I often say that sometimes the losers bracket is punishment enough, but in this situation where especially they waited like an entire day, it's really not that much of a punishment to make them play another series and then come back to this one. That's not that bad. So I don't know what they're gonna do for that one. We'll find out if we get there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right. Thank you, Mario. We're in the ace match. It's tied up 1-1, guys. Let's see who takes this winner's match. First best of 3. On the bottom right side, it is going to be the red Protoss ShoWTimE. And I played late ads. Since we didn't play any ads.
Okay. In the bottom left as the blue Terran, he is MajOr. Good deal.
No, I think what I really like out of seeing those first 2 games is that this really could be anyone's series. this wasn't like really disgustingly one-sided and like luck happened to win game 2 for ShoWTimE or anything like that. They both controlled well in each of the games they won.
Yeah. Yeah, this is that first game was clunkier. That was just like, oh, this is awkward. Who's gonna attack, you know, more powerfully? But the second game was just a really nicely honed in attack from ShoWTimE that 2 seconds later the bunker's done, the SCVs get a mass repair. MajOr only loses 12 SCVs instead of like 24 or whatever he lost, and doesn't lose any army either and has a very big attack. I mean, MajOr probably really wanted to get aggressive, and he was just cut in his prime, you know? I'm not sure what he's going to do on Frost. It is going to be horizontal spawns, and well, ShoWTimE knows about it. MajOr still has to find that out. But that also would influence how he follows up what might once again be a Widowmine drop. It's such a, you know, decent opener, gets you scouting, gets you some aggression, gets you medevacs to roam around with, and it can follow up into, I mean, hell, even a tank push. Not that we've seen MajOr do those.
Not so much. He's actually been pretty, I think, focused on bio for a lot of things. I guess I'm trying to remember. I know there's some really weird Widowmine hits and some lucky things here and there, but yeah, I guess I didn't realize how not tank heavy he's been.
No. It's compared to like Thermal and Frozen Temple, right? Like, it's not that there's like so many tanks, but 1 defensively or 3 for the push. Horizontal spawns. Nah, I don't think MajOr would see that as too tempting. Okay, so the Reaper's checking around, I think, for just any amount of proxies, pylons, probes being hidden for scouting later. I thought he was going to go scout the right direction, but then goes the Xel'Naga. Still trying to see maybe a probe, but the probe already left. Yeah, it left. Okay, so now he's going to get to the right base. Can send the SCV back home. And with the Stargate positioning, MajOr should see the Stargate very easily. Sometimes, though, the most obvious position can be the hardest to scout just because you assume there's going to be like an Adept up here, you know? And you don't want to lose the Reaper.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to lose the Reaper. Oh my god, that actually should not happen. Adepts take so long to wind up an attack that they usually get away, but he ran back into an Adept.
Yeah, usually you get the first hit. The second one you can usually escape from.
That's pretty bad. He has no idea about the Stargate now. And instead of going for Widowmines automatically... Okay, he is getting them. Okay, good. Well, he went for 2 Hellions first. So, 1 Widowmine might be burrowed. It should be, because he's not going for a Starport. He went for a really quick 3rd CC. Interesting follow-up. The point is, this Widowmine might not be burrowed in location, correct location, and it could be maybe 6, 7 worker kills. The Hellions don't have quite the same amount of damage possibility with Adept already being on the front lines. Let's see what this Oracle can do. Widowmine has popped out. Where is it planted?
Who was it? Marine Lord was doing some really cool Widowmine placement, actually.
Oh, it's in the wrong position.
It's also a little bit predictable, too, so I'm not sure that this will take the bait.
He saw it. Oh, doesn't get that SCV. That was unfortunate. Okay,
yeah,
so...
knowingly should have been able to finish it.
Probably should have gotten 6 SCVs, yeah. Oh my god!
Okay, well, for a couple of different reasons that Oracle shouldn't have lived, but it does.
Good deal for ShoWTimE. He gets a nice little start to this ace match. Depths are going to clear up so the 3rd base can be taken. I mean, MajOr's not really expecting a lot with 2 Hellions, but, you know, he doesn't have to. Like, they're scouting, they're maybe going to take care of, you know, a tiny Adept poke, but they're really just on the front line so he can get a 3rd CC safely. And unfortunately, they neglected scouting the Oracles. The Reaper, of course, first and foremost, failed in that duty. Oh, God. Ow. Damn it, cat. He awkwardly fell into the keyboard. Can't wait until he actually presses pause. Yes, he's not very graceful because he has a messed up foot.
It's like the opposite of flying with style in Toy Story.
Yeah. Alright, so the Hellions are actually picked up by the... picked off by the Oracles. They're not flying saucers. Heard a Widowmine burrow somewhere. Just resorting to looking... Oh! Clever! Almost worked out. And then the rest are in the mineral lines. Okay. I mean, at this point, ShoWTimE should know... no damage. The mineral lines should be taken by MajOr. Either there's already missile turrets, or yeah, they're keeping their Widowmines there. So I'd be surprised if he committed to it Yeah, he's gonna commit to Revelation, and maybe if Major really pushed out too far, he would commit to trying to take down a tech lab. But since seeing the 3rd CC, he knows that Major's not going to be in any hurry to move out with an army. And he's going to take advantage of that. Not only by getting a 3rd Nexus pretty quick, and getting it saturated nice and up, easy. Also by giving a slight contain. So not only, you know, saying I got the 3rd base faster, I'm going to get it even faster than that, and not letting you take yours.
Well, Major also didn't... I guess, yeah, he does have the 3rd CC down this time.
Oh, how? Oh,
I was gonna say,
there we go.
he goes off on the really crappy health one.
Yeah.
Would have been nice to get the big one. But I was gonna say, Major displayed that if he was stuck on 2 bases and if he was locked in, he knows how to play in that situation. But he does have the 3rd CC down already, so it's kind of like use it before you lose it logic.
War Prism now coming in. You know, these Widow Mines should probably be placed on the outer rims now for specifically War Prisms. Yeah, Major thinking the same thing. STV gonna go out and be brave and see exactly where the army is, because I think he has a feeling, like, he scouted the 3rd base, didn't see an army there. Where is your army then? Because I know you're not afraid of my medevacs yet. You had scouted my army for this time. I don't know if he knows about the Observer, but he knows about the Revelations, right? And yeah, the army is in the front. That would be, you know, if he could snipe this Observer, that would be good cause for him to lift up and go to the main base, but too late. Observer now plus Revelation.
Yeah, Revelation's so annoying too, because there's no way to get rid of that. You just kind of have to deal with it for like the full minute or whatever it's on you.
Yeah. I mean, Major, he's not in as crappy of a position as that Frozen Temple game, but his position isn't super great, and he really is going to just be depending on major army fights. Major. Which, hey, can still go in his favor. It's just that the momentum of this game has certainly gone to ShoWTimE. He's had a lot of opportunities to maybe even deny the space for a little bit longer. He didn't bother. But of course, to take this 4th base. Actually, no, he does. Major's like, no, thank you. I'm not dealing with that many Adepts.
Yeah, I like it.
He doesn't... I don't know if he necessarily had to do this, but I guess Combat Shields wasn't done, so this is a lot safer. Yeah, that many Adepts combined with the Guardian Shield. Okay. I like that he's playing safe, because, I mean, at this point, you know, you're forced into the slow and steady. You were prepared to go slow and steady, but going for such a fast 3rd CC, just continue going slow and steady. Eventually you can get up to a maxed out army with Liberators. That's a pretty damn good army. And while ShoWTimE might have room to go for Stargate and Tempest, because he's already on a 4th base, I think that's a closer fight than if Major overextends right now with only about 150 supply. Finally gets a 3rd base down. Super protected with bunkers.
I was gonna say, I want to say the bunkers are a good idea, but the problem we have on deck is ShoWTimE's not going for Colossus. He's going for Disruptors.
Yeah, either one would have been a good choice in my opinion. But I'm looking more towards when he's gonna get a Stargate. He must realize how Major is playing now. Honestly, with such a quick 3rd CC, chances were Major's gonna be playing like this anyway. But now he knows for sure it's going to be that long and steady game, and it's going to be about Liberator counts eventually. So he'll have better upgrades, he'll have Tempest already prepped, so he might even have 4 by the time Major feels comfortable moving out, and that's, well, not like one-shot Liberators, but for sure. It's still better than like the 1 or 2 that's trickling out just in time. Oh, despite missile turrets and Widow Mines, the Widow Mines over here, War Prism gets in. Single double drop is scouted and defended. Oh, whoa, I didn't see this main army push out. That was bold. Didn't expect the army to Zaga, I guess.
I do like that he pulled away from that, recognizing that would have been a bad dedication of a fight.
Yeah, really bad. Major's catching up on a lot of fronts. I'm still quite worried for him. 4th CC should probably be going down. Not sure why not.
I mean, the fact that either player is above 100 army supply, or rather both, players are above 100 army supply is already pretty awesome.
Yeah, but ShoWTimE should have a much better army. He'll have better upgrades. At least. I'm surprised he didn't add on a 2nd Forge. But, oh, no, he did. There you go. +2 armor. The Tempest,
left side.
the Disruptors. It's all very scary stuff. War Prism is cleaned up, but it gives opportunity.
But this was a huge distraction. He just wanted him to look away while he moves in. He gets him from the backside. Disruptor's going to go on top of the bio. This Widowmine's on the ground there too, and that was a good chunk of MajOr's forces.
Yeah, he's not going to tango with the Liberators, it looks like. These Liberators do not have range, but there's really not that many Blink Stalkers. Blitzing takes out one. Could probably disengage and just keep on revolving around this area with Disruptors, eventually take out the bunkers.
Yeah, for those who don't know too, watching this engagement, it's not that I'm sure it's not that MajOr doesn't know this, but you can't outrun a Disruptor shot. Stim is not faster than it, but you can do some last-second splits. You can do some cool stuff to try and confuse where your opponent sets that ball and make it do no damage. The problem is that the whole duration you're running, you're not fighting, you're not firing, and that means those Stalkers are just getting free shots.
Yeah. Finally, MajOr has a 4th CC on the way, and he does have both of his upgrades. And of course, Chrono Boost is being used on at least one of the upgrades. Okay, probably change that over. Anyway, point is, ShoWTimE's going to have better upgrades. He's going to have 3-2, in fact, over 2-2. And still has a lot of control of his game. He could probably go for a 5th. He would risk overextending, like overexpanding, if MajOr did decide to start dropping. But MajOr only had that one drop that did nothing. He's going to try. Trying is better than just sitting here doing nothing. The Tempest counts. Oh, the Tempests are here. They're being rallied forward. ShoWTimE is that confident.
Well, I mean, there's not really a lot to stop them. Viking production's only just now picking up, and Marines that want to get underneath them are going to get disrupted.
Yeah, they are. Force fleets even come down and maybe get like a better hit. Adepts are searching for these medevacs. Maybe build pylons around the map. Such a old school tactic that really fell out of style once pylons were kind of nerfed. But oh, interesting. Instead of Revelation, gets the Phoenix in here. Would prefer an Oracle. Oh no! Oh.
Well, rest in pepperonis, Marines, because you look like pizza sauce on the ground. MajOr goes for 2 attacks on the other side of the map, top and bottom sides. He'll get this bottom nexus. What about the top side? Top's not looking too bad either.
Oh, DT's warped in.
Oh,
but he has a scan. He recognized it pretty damn quick. There's another warp in pylon, however. I didn't even realize this was the 5th base. I just thought that was a 4th. For whatever reason.
So focused on the disruptors on the other side of the map, and MajOr should be too. He's busy dancing around over here, and meanwhile ShoWTimE breaks the bunkers, pushes through. Any shots fired over here is going to go, well, actually off on the Adepts. I didn't realize the Widowmine was there. Not too shabby, but the Tempest should still be able to deal with that air. The Viking count is just not there.
ShoWTimE is whiffing the defense a lot.
I mean, the army supplies for both are staying the same, but it's ShoWTimE's probes that are going down, so I don't know, Zombie Grub. This is not how I expected this to go, at the very least.
Yeah, I don't think ShoWTimE was maxed out ever, but he might have been supply blocked, and that's why he couldn't warp in time, or just ran out of gateways, you know? He tried to warp in here, gateways don't do their thing, and then he doesn't ever warp in anywhere else. He loses 3 bases in the blink of an eye, and MajOr just might have brought this back. If he can hold Widowmines, Liberators, ShoWTimE could accidentally push into a very unfavorable position. He can't really pull back, mind you, because Tempests are so slow.
Yeah, and MajOr realizing this disruptors on the front line focuses them down, takes no damage. SCVs are getting pulled just in case. Top side of the map is the last bit of mining for ShoWTimE. His production in the main does not matter if he can't afford to mine.
He's gonna snipe the DT. Oh no, he's got to go for the Joker first. Keep in mind that he's down to, he only has 3 command centers. Okay, good. Another support comes through here. So maybe scanning could be a problem? No, actually.
MajOr has no income right now. He needs to get a base down.
I mean, he doesn't even bother muling. There's like no minerals to mule. He does have that 4th command center that he built. I didn't realize that had been saved, so that might be able to turn into a sneaky planetary or just a sneaky base in general.
If you want a planetary at this point, though, it's not. There's not Zealot Rumbas or anything. It's all Adepts, Tempest, Disruptors. Like
true.
Another orbital might be better at this point of the game.
It'll be up to him, really.
Scan more mules. I guess Peace of Mind, though, for a planetary can also go a long way. As silly as that does sound.
I would say an orbital because he is being so safe around it. If this was left off to the side, you know, willy-nilly, that's when you put a missile turret, though, and never worry about... Jeez. Oops. I noticed suddenly just, like, no text in my monitor. As you... Anyway.
Yeah,
oh my god, no. Well, that just dropped MajOr's supply by a good, like, 20, 30. He's gonna take out the Widowmine...
Oh, the Disruptor,
barely. Wow. Tempests are going to win this game. Well, Disruptor really won that game, but Tempest also could have won this game just with good micro.
He doesn't have bio. Like, all this mule stuff he just dropped, he's putting into like a lot of Marines and more Widowmines into trying to get some semblance of an anti-air.
ShoWTimE's definitely got this now. It was looking so sketchy when he lost 3 bases, and he's still not really fully recovered. Can't afford to slap down 3 nexus at a time, but MajOr is out of juice. What's he doing here? He's getting, you know, emergency command centers. ShoWTimE's looking for them. Command center goes down. DT's gonna be not that much of a problem. Again, there's so many scan potentially, yeah, but that's it. MajOr was not winning this game for a long time. Bringing it back like he did was truly amazing, and it made it closer. ShoWTimE could have gotten so frustrated and pushed in and lost everything, and he kind of did at certain points.
I mean,
but not everything.
The legacy that ShoWTimE has behind him, and the renown for being such a good player, I would have been really surprised if he lost that series there to MajOr at the end, but that got so close. They were really neck and neck for a while, and nicely done. He does win the match, but this isn't going to work like the passport qualifiers, the server qualifiers. Only one spot available, so MajOr's going to go on to fight against ShoWTimE in a TvT, and the winner of that will fight against ShoWTimE, I believe, in one final showdown. So do stick around on the stream, guys. Don't go anywhere. We got a TvT up next, MajOr versus ShoWTimE, when we return.